Just want to let you know that you've really helped me through some tough times, and I just really appreciate you. What's up, man? Huh? What? It's knocking.
Okay. Anyway, just here for you to do your thing. Let's hear it.
No, yeah, good game.
You're not gonna make an insensitive, rude joke?
As a Boston fan, I'm representing my city. I am a kind and calm...
You're afraid you're gonna lose tonight, aren't you?
No, I'm just trying to be nice.
I bet Palmieri has a hat trick.
Shut up! Get out of my room! It's not a dream! Low-quality fans of this high-quality Bruins team! This Bruins team that is winning games against the Islanders! We beat those commie bastards! For the sake of this video, everyone who lives on Long Island is a communist. We did it! We did the thing! I lived on Long Island for a little while. Great fans, good people. They have the best fast food burger place in the nation. All American, look it up. Don't at me at that one. It's fucking true. But we beat them! We beat them. 6 tries a charm. Ta-tum-tum. 6th try is the charm. That's a dub! Okay, I used up all my energy for the intro. I'm gonna take a nap now. Okay, good night. But during this nap, I'm gonna think about how we now have 3 players. And I say this early in the video. We have 3 players now that when they are feeling it, can embarrass professional NHL defensemen. And I mean top tier defensemen. Marchand has proven over and over again that he doesn't give a fuck. He's gonna go by you if he wants to. Pastrnak, when he's feeling it, he can do the same thing, or he can just blast it by you and still score from wherever the hell he is. And then Taylor Hall, I don't know if you noticed this, but after that goal, all of a sudden there's a little swagger back, and he starts going through people. Think about this for a second. If Taylor Hall can get back to being that guy who can beat someone one-on-one, who can beat 2 guys 2-on-1, all of a sudden, our offense takes off. Craig Smith, if he continues at his pace, he's going to slow up a little bit, but if he even gets a point every other game, and then you have Hall doing his thing, the perfection line doing their thing, all of a sudden we're running 2 lines that are scoring machines. We have the 4th line, who has looked really good since the Lazard acquisition, and we have the 3rd line, who has their moments. I'm jumping a little too hard on the hype train, I get that, but you gotta understand that this team looked like a wagon last night. Absolute wagon. Not even to mention, Rask is back. There was a lot of good stuff to be said about Rask. Personally, I kind of thought he didn't look super healthy. His lateral movement was a little slower than I like, but he looked good when he was standing still. He didn't have to do much, though. Miller is out, not knee related, and Zaboral is in. I can't tell if my ears are big or small. Small, right? They're not normal sized. They're something. Also, I'm gonna say it now, Rask gets his 300th. Oh, absolute beauty, that man. Let's talk about this game, shall we? Puck drops, and it's all B's. And I mean pretty much all period. Now, the Islanders have moments, but we are crushing them. We start with the 4th line, and it sets the tone immediately. We are absolutely pinning them in their zone. 2 minutes in, and we get a little bit of puck luck. Smith, from the point, fires it down. It takes a deflection, bounces up, and hits Marchand in the back, who's on the left side of the net, right in. That's Marchand's goal. Still counts for him. That is 1-0, 2 minutes into the game. Exciting, right? But I think we've all had that moment where we go, oof, I'm glad we have the lead, but this team sometimes gets a little relaxed if we score early. Originally, that goal wasn't even called, and we're all screaming at the TV like, that was in! We knew it was in. It just took a weird deflection out. They were talking about hitting the crossbar. Come on, get off your ass. That's a goal. And it counted eventually. This game got a little chippy throughout the first. There were a couple power plays that went back and forth. Now, we continued the pressure, but our power play wasn't really doing much until we got an opportunity. Coyle goes for tripping, about 6 minutes left in the period. Riley, a minute in, gets high-sticked, blood everywhere. So we are going to have a minute of 4-on-4 and then 3 minutes of a power play. And with about a minute left in that 3 minutes of power play, Smitty gets another one. Dude is hot. Dude is killing it right now. Dude is basically shoving everything I said about him a couple weeks ago down my butthole. Up my butt. Oh. McAvoy to Krejci on the right side. Krejci kind of fakes out his defender a little bit, opens up space for Smith. Smith is in the slot. He feeds Smith. This is not a powerful slap shot. This is not an outright clean beating of a goalie. Varlamov couldn't see it great. There was a lot of traffic in front of the net, which we love. Smith sniped his spot. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I said it. Smith, the sniper. He nails the bottom left side, bottom left corner of the net. Varlamov couldn't get over in time because he just didn't know it was coming. It was a great shot. Snipe! Doesn't need a lot of power, just needs placement. And we're up 2-0 with about 2 minutes left in the period, and the period would end that way. We outshot them 23-7 in this period. It was a classic domination nation period. But the problem is, we have seen us take a step back in the second so often that you kind of worry that you're just going to fall apart in the first 4 minutes of the second period. I will say, it's awesome to come out of that period with more than a 1-goal lead. That is what I was getting worried about with about 3 minutes left in the period. I was kind of sitting there going, we're crushing them, and we're going to have a 1-goal lead coming out of this. But no, Smith changed that. On to the second. And of course, 3 minutes in, Zajac gets one. It's a bad turnover by Marshy. Zajac is alone in the slot. He gets the puck. Rask is on the opposite side of the net, tries to get over, not in time. It's an easy tap-in. This one's not on Rask at all. That is 2-1 early in the second, and all of that dread just starts pounding on you. You know the feeling. But the response is actually really good. Now, you don't usually see that from us in the second period, let alone after a goal. The can we face adversity question is a whole nother one I want to talk about later. But the response we have is decent. We have a little bit of zone time. We start pounding at them. You won't, in 3 ties, guess which line it was. You won't. Because you'll guess, well, it was probably the 4th line. Nope. Well, then it was definitely the 1st because they dominated all night. Nope. Was it the 2nd? Nope. The 3rd line, Ritchie, Coyle, and DeBrusk. They had a nice little response to that goal. DeBrusk looked really good in this game. Now, the period will end 2-1. There's a lot of back and forth. It's mostly aisles where it's mostly clenched buttholes because we really think that we're about to give up this lead, but we hold it to the 3rd. The 3rd period has been the Isles' bread and butter against us. They've outscored us 10-1 in the 3rd period through the 5 games prior to this one. The difference is we didn't have Taylor Hall, Mike Riley, or Curtis Lazar, all of which shined in this game. Pasta feeds Hall for a breakaway 2 minutes into the period, and Hall, screaming down the left side, just opens Varlamov's legs up with a little move to the left, slings it. Literally, it wasn't even a shot. It was a slings it underneath his legs. 5-hole. That is 3-1. The new boy gets his first goal. Hallelujah. See what I did there? Intensity picks up throughout. McAvoy with a huge hit on Clutterbuck about 8 minutes left in the game. We're kind of like, that could have been called for boarding, but there was a large amount of space. It was just an awkward slide face first from the boards. Clutterbuck did not leave the game. Thank goodness. That's a good guy. I like Clutterbuck a lot. On we go to the Ford F-150 Final 5! And we're up 3-1 in the Ford F-150 Final 5. And the Isles are pushing. But it really feels like we have this one. And Marshy, eventually with a lot of zone pressure on their side with the empty net and everything, 1.5 left in the period, gets an awkward angled empty netter. It's 4-1. That's 20 goals for Marshy again. And we will win this one 4-1. Game notes! I'm watching a whole new team! I think I know what it is, but let's talk it through. Now, the first line's going to be the first line. They dominated this game, have no doubt. We outshot them 45-23. We tripled their expected goals output. They didn't even have a single expected goal, according to MoneyPuck.com. We had over 4. Our Corsi percentage as a team, just above 60%, which is dominant. This was an ass-kicking. First line was a big part of that. But I don't think it's the first line. Now, this is the first game that the first line has really shown up against the Isles. The Isles do a good job of shutting them down. Second line looked better, more pep in their step. The acquisition of Hall probably helps there. Third line, DeBrusk is starting to find his rhythm. There's less pressure on him. That's probably helping as well. Fourth line, I think, is the difference. Now, we love Curtis Lazar already. That's non-debatable. He's really fun to watch. He makes good decisions on the puck. His forechecking's brilliant, and he is an energy bomb. But this just isn't about him. Wagner and Crowley all of a sudden look like 2018, 2019 Wagner and Crowley. Do you know why? Because they used to play with Achari, and Achari was Lazar. Those two are so similar. And if Lazar's our new Achari, and all of a sudden we have a fourth line we can roll against teams' first lines, like the Isles do, all of a sudden we are a completely different team. If the fourth line is no longer a liability, we have the other lines to match up where we want. That is a game changer. Now, getting healthier on the back end is going to help. Mike Riley had a couple really nice moments in this one. He got beat bad physically once. But other than that, he looks great. Hall, I like his playmaking way more than his scoring touch. Holy shit, can this guy pass? For the most part, we really only have two lazy skaters on the team too. And lazy's the wrong word. It's Hall and it's Pasta. And it's not like they don't want to be involved, but they're thinking offense. And so there's times where you catch them where like the play falls apart and that first couple strides isn't there. They're kind of, and then they pick it up. Those are the only two guys I've seen on this team ever since the acquisition, of course. Beforehand, we had worries about Wagner. We had worries about DeBrusk. Corrali wasn't looking great. Coyle wasn't looking great. Those two are the only ones, and they can get away with it, having little lackadaisical moments. Because they're your scoring touch guys. That is such a huge change. There's something happening in that locker room where everyone has now realized where we are and what's important. And this is where the season's really going to take off. Now we have two huge games coming up. We have the Isles and the Caps. Those games, if they go to shit, this whole conversation seems different, right? But I just don't see us getting our teeth kicked in when the team's feeling like this. It feels like we have that momentum back, which helps Hall a lot. Because if Hall's not your primary guy, which he's kind of said he doesn't want to be, and he's lacking confidence, if the whole team picks up, then his balls get swollen, man, and that's what we need. I mean confidence, I don't mean a medical condition. That does kind of bring me to my other point, though, is early in this game, we took the lead, we looked good, and then I kind of thought about it and went, this team does look good when we have that momentum in a game, like any team would. But can we handle adversity? If someone goes down in the game, or if they score on us in dramatic fashion, can we handle that adversity? And in this game, we did. We got scored on. Rask shut it down after that. He didn't still have to do that much, but he made a couple big saves. We got scored on early in the second, could have given it up pretty quickly, but the fight was still there. I think that comes from the fourth line. I really do. Little negative note to kind of finish this off. Zaboral, not physically ready, man. He keeps getting bullied bad. There was 3 moments I can think of off the top of my head that he got shrugged away. Just literally had the puck and just got pushed off of it, or went for the puck and whoever was playing against him could just... The Isles love seeing him. And if we get into playoff series against the Capitals or the Isles, teams that play heavy, he is going to be exposed the entire series. The defense needs to get healthy. I don't know if he's in the lineup once they do. Personally, right now, I take Cliffy and Zaboral out. Leave Lauzon in, Miller's back. You got Riley and Carlo, Grizz and McAvoy. It's a pretty good 6 right there. Alright guys, that does it for me. Like, subscribe, comment! I'm looking forward to another video tomorrow. Because, another big game tonight. Go Bees!